Oran, we're here heading into the final stretch in the split games. I know we touched on this a little bit last Saturday at Solitude, but just your assessment on where we're at so far in terms of the work we've done and the work still yet to be done.
Listen, we're happy with the work that we've done. It's been a tough, half season or third of a season, to this point, getting a lot of bodies back, of which we now have. And I think our form and our performances have started to show that, and we've picked up a few victories that we were keen to get. So I think mathematically we're still not out of the woods yet. So it's so important. The Bangor game was obviously called off last week, so it moves to this Saturday. But it's given us again that wee bit of extra time just to get a few extra bodies up to speed. So we've probably gone from what was probably a famine of players now to more of a feast, where we have, thankfully, as I mentioned, Kieran's got through a lot of hard work there and got a lot of bodies back out onto the training pitch now. And it's one thing getting the bodies out there. The important thing then is getting up to speed.
Yeah, you mentioned there we still have to mind our work, I guess, in terms of what's happening below us, but there's also places to be gained above us. Just how important is it you get that balance right, and also that you sort of get rid of one problem first and move on to looking upwards.
No, I think that's the key thing. And as I said, we've only ever been looking upwards, and only will ever look upwards. And I think the Bangor one on Saturday is an important one, because they're a couple of points ahead of us. So again, a win. We know our fate's in our own hands. It's Saturday. That if we can beat Bangor, we know that we'll definitely move a place in the league on Saturday. And I think that's all that we're concerned about.
Just how important is finishing strong, regardless of where you're at on the table, in terms of can you use it as momentum into a new season when there's such a big gap, or is it just important to make sure that you give yourself the best opportunity at the end of a season to finish as strong as you can, no matter where you are?
No, I think it's been a tough season. There's no doubt in that. And as I say, we're probably just getting to stage now where we're getting a lot of players back, and we're getting real depth into the squad. So I think for as tough as it's been for everybody, I just think it's really important that we try and finish the last 5 games as strong as possible. So we're competitive. Everybody wants to win games, and we're no different. So for me, it's about winning games and about finishing as high as we possibly can.
And just quickly on Bangor themselves, our 4th game against them this year, obviously comprehensive win here early on in the season, a win and a loss down there. Of course, you were part of one of those, just the threat they possess, and obviously, as you say, the opportunity that we have to try and get ourselves up a place.
Yeah, they've had a cracking season, and big credit to Lee and his staff and players, and they've been a credit, to themselves and to the league, and they're where they are on merit, and which is really hard for a team to do coming from the championship, and big credit to them on how they've gone about their business. So they probably faltered a little bit there the last month or two. They got a good win last Saturday, so they'll be coming in buoyant form. But for us, it's making sure that we just go out and get another big performance.